We'll start in just one moment, everybody. Thanks, guys.
Real baseball?
Yeah.
Supposedly tomorrow. I needed to cover my bald head from the sun.
Nice. Okay, we'll get started. Staff like to find their seats. And welcome, everybody, to the 2020 Tooker Avenue 5th grade moving up ceremony. This is the 57th graduating class at Tooker Avenue, and it certainly is going to be the most memorable and unique, that's for sure. At this time, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance Please remain standing for the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner, and God bless America. Thank you. Please be seated. I'd like to start off by thanking you for following the directions, wearing the face coverings while you were entering this ceremony. If you're comfortable, you're more than welcome to take them off while you're seated. We just ask that before you get up and leave to exit, that at the end of the ceremony that you put the masks back on. So my second thank you, besides thanking you, is thanking administration. We wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Dr. Farrelly making sure that that kids were not shortchanged, that we were trying to provide whatever they would usually be getting during the school year, that we would provide virtually, whether that was field day or the moving up ceremonies or graduation. Dr. Farrelly and her team, Mr. Hanley, Ms. Sarakis, and Mr. Payne, were absolutely phenomenal in cheerleading for every student in West Babylon. So how about a nice round of applause for them? The other three assistant superintendents wanted to be here today, but in an effort to decrease size so that we can have these, that's the only reason that they're not here. And sitting next to Dr. Farrelly is Mrs. Lucy Camposano. How many years have you been on the board, Mrs. Camposano? Since 1992. You know, one of the greatest things that Mrs. Camposano and the entire board has done during the time that she's been on it is they make sure that they hire people who care about children and always put children first. And for that, I thank you very much, Mrs. Camposano. The rest of the Board of Education wanted to be here as well, but again, in an effort to socially distance, they did not come, but they send their regrets. We have Kathy Gizmervik, First Vice President, Peter Scarlatos, Second Vice President, Ray Downey, Trustee, John Avola, Trustee, Diane Klein, Trustee, Jennifer Longo, Trustee, Chris Palillo, Trustee, and Jen Wandashevitz, Trustee. And additional central administrators who also would normally be at the moving up ceremony, again decided not to come to this one in an effort to maintain social distancing. And that's Mike Mack, our Director of Student Services, Gina Curcio, Director of Guidance, Jenny Hoffman, Director of Humanities, and Teresa Taplin, Director of STEAM. Now, how did everybody like that drive-through that we had a couple of weeks ago? Pretty cool, right? Yeah, I really enjoyed it as well. That wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for the PTA and their dedication to Tooker on a daily basis. During this 3 months, they didn't stop, and they were instrumental in setting up today and decorating, and also for the drive-through. They're led by Lori Mora, President, Carmen Vales, First Vice President, Adrian Licata, Second Vice President, Beth Studer, Treasurer, Jen Pensabene, Corresponding Secretary, Diane Becci, Recording Secretary, and Renee Chisanity, Council Delegate. So have a nice round of applause for our PTA. And our fifth grade teachers sitting to the right of me. We have Lynn Gendron. Christina Carbonero gave birth to her second child, so she will not be here today. I think we have a substitute. Do we have Mrs. Valdemira? Because Mrs. Valdemira had these students in, was it second grade that you had them? So a few years ago. So thank you very much for filling in. We appreciate it. We have Liz Mealy and Jessica McMahon. In addition to that, we had staff members show up to show their support for the fifth graders. We have Mary Conti, June Donahue, Allison Matus, Jean Toscano, Tina Good, and Tim McClernand. So thank you for coming, guys. And I have Barbara Orquist and Janina Martinez sitting over there, too. They are our two office assistants, and they are absolutely outstanding. Without them, today certainly wouldn't be possible. Thank you, ladies. I'd also like to thank Bill Duran, Marianne Caffiero, helping us with the music. We appreciate it. We have Joey Valenti up there, who is helping us with the live stream, and also Mark Palmentari for his leadership as well. Thank you very much. And my final thank you, Mr. the custodial staff and security. You did a fantastic job setting all of this up, and we truly appreciate all of your efforts. So I have a speech here from Lori Mora, who was unable to attend. She is our Tooker PTA president, and so I'll read that to you now. Good morning, boys and girls. What a pleasure it has been watching you grow throughout your years at Tooker Avenue. It's been our honor to be part of that growth process. We are so excited to see what your future holds. When you look back at your time at Tooker, we hope the PTA has given you great memories that will make you smile. We hope that you look back on your times here and the family picnics, someone's special dance, the Goldilocks trial, and all the cultural arts assemblies throughout the year and realize that people in the school and in the world truly care about you. There's basic goodness in life that makes it fun. That is what we tried to share with you. As you begin your journey through junior high school, spread happiness, positive energy, and goodness. Boys and girls, this is a celebration of you and your accomplishments here at Tooker. It has been our pleasure as the Tooker Avenue PTA to be part of it. In the words of Dr. Seuss, you're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting. So get on your way. Best of luck to you all. Thank you, Mrs. Mora. And to the 5th grade graduating class of 2020, we are all very, very proud of what you've accomplished over your 6 years at Tooker Avenue. You're an amazing class in any way, and you proved that even more during this very unique 3 months that we were all in. We left school on Friday, March 13th. We didn't know we weren't coming back, but we weren't allowed to come back. The hard work that you put in, that your parents put in, that the teachers put in was absolutely incredible. I was in awe each day at it. You proved what being part of the West Babylon community is truly about. Every school district had to do distance learning, but not every school district was successful. We were successful here because of all of you. So why don't you give yourselves a nice round of applause. So this past weekend, I had the pleasure of attending my daughter's graduation, and she had to give a speech at it. And the theme of her speech, I'm going to steal a little bit of it, was staying positive. And that's not that easy to do in this time period that we're all in, but it's something really important. And I don't think she ever realized that I said a morning message each day to my students at Tooker Avenue. But we live in a bit of a small house, and so I was on YouTube every morning doing morning messages for all of you. So she had the pleasure of getting woken up each day to these morning messages. I think she was really thrilled at first about that. I think in time she started to appreciate the messages and also what I say at the end of the message. So boys and girls, what do I say at the end of the message? Make it a... The choice is yours. Yeah, and so that was a focal point of her speech. And what she was getting at and what she wanted everybody in the audience to understand is that nobody can ever change your day but yourself. Regardless of what's happening in your life, you get to choose whether it's a great day or not, no matter what is happening. You have the power to always look at the glass being half full, not half empty. COVID will not be the last bad thing that happens in all of our lives, and people who remain the most happy are the people who are able to keep things in perspective, think positively, and get through those types of times. So when I think back on the last 3 months, there's some things that I'm thankful for. So I'd like every boy and girl, parents, you could join as well, staff, just close your eyes for a second. Think about these last 3 months and think about something that you're truly thankful for during this time. It might be really hard. Give it a shot anyway. Okay, you can open them. And you can share whatever it is that you are thankful with your parents when you get home. You know, one thing that I'm thankful for, thankfully we stayed healthy, my family and I, during this time. I had 5 months with a 21-year-old and an 18-year-old in my house where we got to have dinner with each other and have conversations and watch TV and not always be running. We got to really get to know each other. And that's something that I'm truly thankful for. So hopefully you could find something as well. So, are you ready for your last morning message as a Tooker Avenue student? Okay. Somebody really smart once said, a good habit can be like a best friend. What do you think? How can a good habit be like a good friend? A good friend helps us be the best we can be, right? Well, so does a good habit, like getting into the habit of reading instead of watching so much television. Or getting into the habit of exercising instead of sitting for hours playing video games. Or getting into the habit of saying please and thank you. This summer is a good time to work on getting into some good habits. Good habits, like a good friend, can help you be your very best. With something to think about, this is Mr. Germano. Make it a great day or not. The choice is yours. In closing, somebody very wise once told me that you have 4 main responsibilities in life. Your first responsibility is to yourself. Make good choices, eat right, stay healthy. I guess we can include social distancing and wearing a mask when appropriate as well on that list. Your family and closest friends come next. Always make time for them. After that comes work. In your case, it's your schoolwork. Has to be a priority. And lastly, finding a hobby, a sport, a musical instrument to excel at. As many of those as you possibly can, as long as it doesn't compromise the first 3. So at this time, I'd like to take this opportunity to let you know that it's been a pleasure serving as your principal for the last 6 years. I will truly miss you guys, but I can't wait to hear about all the wonderful things that you do in the junior high school and in the future. Thank you. Now, kids, how about a nice round of applause for your parents? Okay, so we have many awards to give out before we get to our moving up certificates. So what I politely ask is that you hold off on clapping until we're done with each category. So when I call your name, if you could stand, the students, and then when I finish with all of it, you absolutely can clap as loud as you like. Sound like a good plan? Okay, so we have our band and orchestra awards from Ms. Couture, Ms. Powers, and Mr. Duran. Participation in the instrumental music program is a valuable experience for the students of West Babylon. The teachers, Mr. Duran, Ms. Powers, and Ms. Couture-Craft, enjoy the opportunity to work with the students for 2 years. As 4th graders, students learn the basic fundamentals of playing the instrument of their choice. As 5th graders, they improve on these skills and go on to be part of the orchestra or band, where they learn how to play as an ensemble. The orchestra is a district-wide ensemble, and the band members come from Tooker and JFK schools. This gives a great opportunity to get a head start in meeting new friends at the junior high school. Give me just one moment. We have Owen Blair, Christian Bustamante, Michelle Cardenas, Leah DeGennaro, Jaylene Gomez, Camilla Grisales, Dominic Klama, Leah Cutchins, Sophia Licata, Christopher McNish, Declan Studer, and Chloe Tinio. Great job, boys and girls. You could be seated. Next, we have our Suffolk Zone Physical Education Award. So students who received this award scored a 4 on all physical education report card measures throughout their time at Tooker. They work hard in all other subjects, too. They also demonstrate outstanding character, leadership, and serve as role models for the other students. We have Michael Johnston, Leah Cutchins, and Jahavi Reyes. Great job, everybody. And our student council, that's led by Mrs. Christensen. Students in 4th grade participate in activities that focus on school improvement, citizenship, charitable fundraising, and building pride. And we have Owen Blair, James Descalzo, Jaylene Gomez, Camilla Grisales, Michael Johnston, Leah Cutchins, Kaylin Satnick, and Declan Studer. Great job. Please be seated. And then we have the computer club led by Mrs. Murray. The 5th grade computer club met to learn and explore the world of technology. Students worked on projects using robots, Dash and Dot, as well as writing scripts and designing scenery for their productions. Unfortunately, we were unable to complete our projects due to the school closure. However, as the students move to 6th grade, it is hoped that they will use the computer club experience as a starting point to advance their work with robots and computer technology in the junior high school. And we have Owen Blair, Leah DeGennaro, James Descalzo, Jaden Gonzalez, Leah Cutchins, and Declan Studer. Great job. Next, we have our Safety Patrol, led by Mrs. Desa. Safety Patrol was made up of fifth graders that showed initiative in making Tooker a safer place. These students wrote essays to explain why they wanted to be part of Safety Patrol and were also chosen by teacher recommendations. During the school year, they made posters for the hallways to remind students of safe behavior, helped out with kindergarten lunch and recess, and monitored the front lobby during intake and assisted with kindergarten dismissal. We have Owen Blair, Safwan Chowdhury, James Descalzo, Ava Esposito, Jaylene Gomez, Dominic Klama, Leah Cutchins, Avery McGee, and Kaylin Satnick. Congratulations. And next we have the Math Olympiads, led by Mrs. Bedford. The Math Olympiads Club aimed to foster an interest in math and improve the mathematical skills of participants through team-based competitions. The club featured 5 contests each week for 5 weeks. The students were chosen based on earning high grades in math as well as teacher recommendations. It was an honor working with your children. I would like to congratulate them on a job well done. That is James Descalzo, Leah Cutchins, and Christopher McNish. Great job. And our STEM club was led by Mrs. Gottlieb. They focused on all science, technology, mathematics activities, and they did a fantastic job with a great teacher throughout the year. Those are James Descalzo and Jaden Gonzalez. Great job, boys. Sorry, there's a lot of shuffling of papers and the wind to contend with here. So next we have our Citizenship Award. Our Citizenship Award goes to honest, hardworking, and fair students. I have an entire audience filled of students that fit that category. This traditionally is voted on by the students each year. We were unable to do that due to the school closure, and we didn't want to do something like that online, so instead we had the staff fill out forms, and I think they chose a great group of kids. We have Owen Blair, Leah DeGennaro, James Descalzo, Mo Margee, Michael Johnston, Anaya Lowndes, Chris Ramos, and Declan Studer. Congratulations. Next, we have our President's Education Silver Award for Outstanding Academic Achievement. These students showed tremendous growth in most subject areas or excelled in at least one subject area. They demonstrated a commitment to learning and always worked hard, both in school and out of school. Those students are Christian Bustamante, Michelle Cardenas, Jaden Gonzalez, Dominic Klama, and Lorelei Transo. Congratulations. And our final award is the President's Education Gold Award for Outstanding Academic Excellence. These students have proficiency in all areas of the 4th and 5th grade curriculum, excellence in special area subjects as well, and a GPA of at least 3.5 on all report card measures in 4th and 5th grade. And the Gold Award this year goes to Leah Cutchins, Christopher McNish, and Jahavi Reyes. Congratulations. I will now read off the most important awards of the day, the Moving Up certificates. So when I call your name, please come up to the stage, it's not the stage anymore, to the table, and your teacher will, with gloves on, will hand you your rolled up, not your Moving Up certificate that you already received, but there's a message in there that you can look at when you get home. And then we'll also take some photos. Who do I have, Miss Barbara or Miss Janina? Okay. And so we'll get a photo, and then we'll develop that photo and get it sent to you as well. Okay. Now, for this, you can clap as loud as you like. Owen Blair. Owen. Christian Bustamante. Michelle Cardenas. Safwan Chowdhury. Leah DeGennaro. James Descalzo. Ava Esposito. Jaylene Gomez. Jaden Gonzalez. Camila Grisales. Julian Wezo. Dominic Klama. Aiden Culp. Leah Cutchins. Sophia Licata. Avery McGee. Christopher McNish. Malaya Prevelis. Chris Ramos. Chloe Tinio. Jahavi Reyes. Anaya Lowndes. Great job, Anaya. Great job, Anaya. Brian Salmeron. Kaylin Satnick. Declan Studer. Lorelei Transeau. Mert Yildiz. Momar Gee. Michael Johnston. Great job, Michael. Congratulations to all of our fifth graders. So this is typically when we would have our slideshow part of the moving up ceremony, something that everybody always loves. The PTA, specific parents, always do such a great job at it. We won't be able to play that slideshow for you here, but that will be available. We had discussed possibly at 3 o'clock. It's going to be more like 6 o'clock. Is that okay? I have to ask the Licatas for permission because they worked tirelessly on this video and did an absolutely amazing job. I had a chance to preview it. They have some surprises in there for you that I think you're really going to enjoy. I was told to probably advise people to bring tissues. Is that correct, Miss Licata? Popcorn and okay. Right. So this way, before or after dinner, you can put that on. It's going to be on my YouTube channel, the Took Her Principal YouTube page. So I'll send a link with that out, so it's easy for you to find. Thank you again, Mr. and Miss Licata. Fantastic job. It was a difficult school year, to say the least, something that none of us would have been able to predict. We got through it together. It was because of all of you, of us working together, that we were so successful. Some of the best conversations that I had during this 3 months were the PTA meetings, the needs assessment meeting that I had, the parent feedback meeting where we had I think it was about 22 people, all positive, all great suggestions. And that's why I know that your children are going to be absolutely fine moving forward with your leadership and guidance at home. So thank you very much for being so supportive. I'd like to thank all of you for coming out today. This concludes our ceremony. What we're going to try to do is dismiss in an orderly fashion. There can't be any congregation in this particular area, so pictures, unfortunately, will have to be at home. We will send you the photos that we took today. So I ask that right now, row 1, you can please stand and exit to your vehicle, and please put on your face coverings while you're walking. Row 2.